Hey, before we dive into this week's episode of Wars Wednesday, I just want to remind everybody we got an official sponsor, Print Pirate. The link to their Etsy store is down below. Make these awesome 3D printed tokens for your Star Wars Unlimited games. Also some other cool Star Wars stuff, like helmets, Christmas ornaments, and use code BOARDBARISTA to get 25% off. Again, link down below. Hey, honey.
Yeah, what's up?
Alright, welcome to Wars Wednesday, and as you may or may not know, I'm Fen, and this is my Star Wars Unlimited show here on the Board Barista Network Productions channel. It's a really sloppy intro. Much more practice about the other shows. Haven't been doing this one as long, so Recipe Roulette, Friday Featurette, Geeky Grind, all those, and Retro Reviews all have much smoother intros. But you're here for Star Wars Unlimited content, and I've got 3 topics that I want to talk about today. One, some of the new spoilers that just dropped in the past 2 days. I'm talking about Evacuate, Han Solo, the young Han Solo leader, and Rey and Kylo, the Dyad and the Force. So I got those 4 cards to talk about. The other stuff that I have to talk about is I have restarted my Twitch channel. There's a link down below. The third thing that I want to talk about is the Allocations drama. So let's start with the Twitch channel first. Let's do like let's save the allocation drama stuff for the end. So Twitch channel, I've talked with the wife. I've gotten permission. I can do one night a week from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That for us in New Orleans, Louisiana, that's going to be 7 to 9. Thinking I'm probably going to do Friday nights because that's one of the nights that works for our schedule the best. So there will be live streamings of me playing Carabas. If you do follow that Twitch link down below, it takes you to my channel. There is a 2-hour video earlier this week where I was troubleshooting and trying to figure out stuff. It's really sloppy because I didn't really at the beginning, but about after the first game, first full game, I figured everything out, got everything set properly, so it's good after that point. So, but yeah, I was just playing a little bit of my Thrawn control deck, a little bit of my Sabine Wren deck. I think I ended up only actually winning like one match that night because of the distractions of trying to play and make everything look good. I think I got the kinks ironed out, but I've got the display all nice and set up how I want it. So going forward, everything should be Gucci, should be great, and I hope to see you on a Friday night. That being said, because Geeky Grind has kind of not filling its role anymore, and I'm putting Geeky Grind on a hiatus for a while to do these live streams. So we'll be back in. It's not going away for good. It's just going on hiatus. It's really just been a behind-the-scenes kind of thing, which I can catch you up with behind-the-scenes stuff as a little bonus on this show as well, because it's my chance to talk to you. So Geeky Grind's going away. The live streams are going to go up. I'll make sure to make a notification here on YouTube to let people know, hey, I'm going to be live streaming on Twitch tonight, this time. Tune in. So if that so that's all going to go good. My thoughts on the spoilers. Well, I'm going to start with the cards I'm kind of least impressed with first. We'll bring up Rey here on the screen. That's why I'm centered over this way for her to be here. So we got a 5-drop Vigilance Heroic 4/7 stats. And when playing this unit, ignore her aspect penalty if you control Kylo Ren. So that means if you have him as the leader or the unit, because remember that Boba's the Fett's fire spray. I hate calling it that name. I love the old name. Anyways, that has a reminder text on it to say if you either as a unit or a leader. So you can play Rey in the Kylo deck. I'm gonna move my hand down so she's not doesn't look like I'm trying to rub Rey's back here or anything sketchy like that. But anyways, so you can play her in. You can play the Rey unit in the Kylo Ren deck. Ignore the aspect penalty, or you can play her in a red villainy deck as long as you get Kylo Ren the unit out and ignore her aspect penalty. But you're only ignoring her heroic aspect penalty in that case. So you'd have to be playing a blue-red cunning, vigilant aggression deck anyways, which my Chirrut deck is a vigilant aggression deck. But it's really like if you're playing it in a vigilance aggression Rey or Kylo deck is when these two cards work together. Because, before I skip ahead, I'll read the rest of her card. On attack, you may heal 2 damage from a unit. If it's a non-heroic unit, you give a shield token to it. Now, that's the benefit. You get the full benefit of her playing her in the Kylo Ren deck. Just to be able to heal up your units and put those shield tokens on so they're going to survive longer. Although I do actually like her in the Chirrut red deck. Just being able to heal 2 damage, attack with her, heal 2 damage off of Chirrut, because Chirrut's can be soaking up so much damage with all of his upgrades and wanting to keep him alive for a while, and also just being able to use Chirrut's front side ability where he can give something +0/+2. That way, it can take damage equal to its toughness and still be alive because it's still got 2 temporary, but then you attack with Rey and heal it back up to, so when that temporary bonus to defense goes away, it's still 2 hit points above, it's still got 2 hit points left on it so they can survive. Even though you're not getting the shield token in that aspect, the fact that some cards in that deck, like some cards that are coming out of the sideboard in that deck that you really want to keep alive, don't have a heroic aspect, like Wolf or Fang Fighter. The 2 of them are just straight up red units. So those can help. That can help like keep those Fang Fighter, you're just playing it to get rid of an upgrade, but being able to keep Wolf on the table, like give him the bonus so you can keep him around so you can attack in, get his thing to shut down healing abilities, keep him alive, and also give him a shield. That's going to be great. Wolf gets better out of the sideboard with Rey. That being said, let's look at the other aspect of the dyad in the Force. We have Kylo Ren here. He costs 6. He is aggression villainy, as he should be. He is a 6/7. He has the ability of ignoring his villainy aspect if you control Rey. So either the unit we just saw or the Rey leader card. Basically, you can get to play him for just, 6. Or if you're playing him completely out of aspect, 8. Instead of being like, having to pay 10 for this. Completely out of aspect. If you're splashing him into a not even like aggression vigilance Rey deck, I wouldn't even think anybody would. They need to be, vigilance and aggression to make these cards really work. So he's a 6/7, so he's as tough as Rey, but he's got a lot more offensive punch for that being such an aggressive character, I think. And on attack, you can give +2/+0 for the phase to a non-villain unit. Also give an experience token to it, which that almost makes me want to play him in my Chirrut deck, just so I can put Rey out on turn 4, drop Kylo on turn 5, attack with Rey, put a shield token on Kylo, and then give somebody else, even give Chirrut an experience token and +2/+0. I think there's some room in here. I think doing it in the Chirrut deck is probably not the best thing, but I do think he's going to be great if we have a Ray style deck that uses a lot of the Chirrut aggro package. I really think the blue-red the blue-red aggro builds of Chirrut could be blue-red Ray builds with Kylo coming in, taking out a lot of like not so much of the force aspect stuff, but you can still want to have like Yoda and the droids and all these the low to the ground 2 power with that have raid abilities from aggression, just so you can get those experience tokens on them from Rey. I really do like these cards. I really am going to have fun building around them and playing them in decks, and I would like to try to just port, just because I don't really like their leaders. I'd rather like seriously, I'd rather put them in Chirrut because they're both force units. They have great synergy with other aspects of the deck, being able to heal stuff, being able to give experience counters, and bumping up the aggro potential of a unit. I really like this. So that's so cool. So the next card I want to talk about is the Han Solo leader. The young Han Solo back in his young and reckless aggressive days when he was not so cunning and more just doing. So on his normal side, he just has the action of tap him and play a unit from your hand. It costs 1 less and you deal 2 damage to it. I think even using the Sabine red and Chirrut red, actually the blonde Sabine build, switching it over to being Han, being able to have those units that have that 4 toughness, making them cost putting the Falcon down on turn 2, putting the Falcon down on turn 1, not paying the resource cost to be able to bounce the Falcon back to your hand, just to replay it the next turn for 3, or to just drop it for 2, still have 2 damage on it, do an attack into their base, and still get another 1 drop, maybe like an R2D2 on turn 2, bounce it back to your hand, being able to discount the Falcon, especially if they're not really in space, or discount a K2SO to put that down and have it be able to bash into anything, because especially if they're just putting something out that's only got 2 power, you can bash in with your K2SO on turn 3, have it steamroll somebody, and well, actually it doesn't have ambush, but still being able to drop it in and have that damage on it, so it will trigger, so they'll be like, I'll attack so I don't have this thing steamroll over my thing, or being able to make sure that you have a successful trade with something else. I don't know, I think there's room. I think the blonde Sabine deck might end up being a Han Solo deck, just to make use of those higher toughness and the tricks of being able to bounce stuff back to your hand and play stuff for cheap. Yes, getting 2 damage onto something does mean it's probably not going to survive long, but you're going to want to like really be aggressive with stuff, or have like tricks like K2SO or Millennium Falcon to make that damage either not be a problem or play in your favor. And the last card that I want to talk about, and I'm sorry, I had nachos for supper. The last card I want to talk about tonight is Evacuate. I was talking on the Star Wars Unlimited Facebook page about this being the equivalent to an upheaval from Magic the Gathering. Upheaval bounces all permanents, which means lands, everything else, but it's actually a straight up version of Evacuate from that game that you could play on turn 5. It costs 3 blue in Magic the Gathering. In Star Wars Unlimited, your turn 5, you'll have 6 resources. This costs 6 resources. And it's basically, bounce each non-leader unit to its owner's hand, so your leader sticks around. If it's late in the game and you've already defeated their leader, but your leader is out on the board, you can just evacuate, bounce everything they control. I think my Thrawn deck is going to love this because I'm basically just playing Cunning on turn 5 to be able to tap down a couple of units and bounce everything else, but having another soft board wipe to be able to bounce everything off, buy me a few more turns to get me to my Super Laser Blast to be able to clear that board, slow my opponent down, grind them out a bit. I think this card is going to be nuts. It's also going to be the whole thing of like, I'll tell you right now, do not play any capture abilities with this. I think play a lot of units that have bounties on them to make your opponent be like, I'll capture that. I'll collect the bounty. I'll capture that. Because if you're playing against the bounty hunting capturing deck, so yeah, it actually gives Thrawn a better matchup against the capture decks because they're going to try to capture, they're going to be playing their capture cards. When you bounce this, you don't want to play this. You want your opponent to be capturing. You don't want to be capturing is what I'm trying to say here. Because when you bounce all the non-leaders back to their opponent's hands, guess what? Everybody that's been captured comes back into play. So it's really kind of funny because they'll capture everything on the table.
Roger.
Yep, Roger agrees. If you can play against a capture deck and then drop this and bounce all their stuff, get all your stuff back, and then they're back to playing a couple units per turn. You know, it might be maybe it's turn 5. They've got a few different units on the board. They've got to replay those units, especially if you play this after they play something big and they're all tapped out. You play this, you bounce everything back to their hand. You basically time walk them. They're going to have to rebuild their board, just giving you more bait to pull that trigger on the Super Laser Blast, interact with their board with some aggressive units, keep slowing them down so you can get to the point where you've cast Vigilance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and they've added cards in their deck, and you can just win the game. Thrawn Vigilance is totally now a deck because of this card, and I'm happy and I can't wait to play this. All right, spoilers. Those are the 4 spoilers I wanted to talk about today. So we're moving on to the allocations. The allocations have actually been, like, I think most of the shops that I have around here have said that they're getting about 3 cases, about $18 a piece. I have not ordered my case yet. The shops are actually allocating us. We can only buy 2 boxes per shop locally. So, and I don't have the cash put together just yet to be able to buy my, the case that I want to be able to play the game with. So, yeah, I'm kind of worried. A lot of the online shops, I've been hunting around everywhere. Everybody's kind of sold out. The prices, even on TCG Player, are edging towards $200 a box, and by the time they're like 180, I think right as of filming this was like 185 a box. I have found one place that's actually down around 150 a box that I'm probably going to order from because. And I do plan on picking up a few the 4 boxes that I can potentially get if they're still on hand. I can buy 2 boxes at Go for Games, and I can buy 2 boxes over at the Save Point. So I'm hoping I will have the cash after pre-release, and they'll still have the boxes after pre-release for me to be able to order. But it's looking like it's going to be kind of hard for me to get. Well, actually, not order, just straight up buy. But I'm not able to pre-order because I don't have the cash right now. But yeah, I really hope that Asmodee and Fantasy Flight Games have, that second wave of set 1 gets here sooner than November, because November, I believe, is when the last set, when, hang on, let me check this out, the last of the 3 first sets, the Twilight of the Republic, that's supposed to be really dropping in like November, December. And if they're releasing a second print run of Spark of Rebellion at that point when set 3 comes out, yes, it's going to help be able to get everybody to get all the cards they need to be able to play the game. It's going to drive those box prices back down to what they were when the game first came out, because we're going to have the whole thing of, shops and websites, and everybody can order, a copious amount of stuff and not have to, and the players aren't going to have to basically be like, yeah, $250 a box. The people who need the cards now to play, like, I'm happy that the new set is on the horizon, because we cannot make this game sustainable if we don't have enough product moving around in the economy to make sure everybody can get the cards they need to be able to play, or the some boxes to be able to crack for a draft, or somebody just being able to go out and just buy a box box or two so they can get all the commons and uncommons they need, or or just be able to go to the local gaming store and be like, yeah, okay, I'll just buy a couple packs. Because right now it's the people who invested into this game, the people who bought in heavily, the people who bought a couple boxes, those are the only people I'm seeing at the local events. It's all of us that basically bought like somewhere between like 3 to 8 boxes of Sparkler Rebellion. We're the ones that have the cards to be able to build the decks. We're getting a few new players filtering in here and there that have bought the starter decks, but they're gonna have to go and buy the cards they need for their deck on the secondary market. They're paying huge markups. They're not getting the whole rush of cracking packs. Even my crack-a-packs that I've been doing on Saturday, those have all been, other than the pack that Garrett helped me open during the store showdown that I recorded. Every other pack has been, for the longest time, it's just been me cracking those 3-card Spark Rebellion open play boosters, and those are kind of dull, because it's like, you hit a Greedo foil, you hit a Bosk foil, you hit a Yoda foil, or a Sabine Wren foil, and it's like, yeah, we got some money here. But most of the stuff, you're seeing the same couple of cards over and over again. I mean, I've got more of the organized play promo Death Troopers than I know, and the 2-drop 3/3 green guy, the trooper there. I've got more copies of those 2 troopers than I know what to do with. And Vader's lightsabers. I got a bunch of Vader's lightsabers, but it's boring. I just cracked enough packs to be able to keep us in crack-a-packs until the new set drops, and the rest of the ones that I've won so far are just sitting in a box. I mean, unopened. I'm really, really hoping that the local stores still have product in stock when the game drops, because I tried buying a box locally, and all I could find was like 2 of the pre-release kits. I haven't even ordered my pre-release kits yet locally, because I'm actually going to be not able to go to pre-release. I got some family obligations I got to do. So I'm not actually going to be able to get to go for pre-release weekend for this set. So I got to order mine, so they'll just hang on to them, and they'll throw the extra cash that I put into the prize pool. So I want to pre-order one at Go for Games. I want to pre-order one at the Save Point. Put the money in the economy to be like, hey, I bought one of these from you guys. Just make sure you hold on to it for me, and help out. Put a little bit extra cash in the prize pool, kind of thing. This is what I want to do. But yeah, no, right now it's just, I really hope we get some, and I really hope the second wave of Sparkle Rebellion that we get in November is a huge wave of it, because we can't grow this game with limited supplies when we can just, and having it, because draft is the best way to build your collection. Like, every player I have ever trained in Magic to be like, I'm going to teach you how to play this game, draft. let's get the cube together. I will teach you how to draft, and then you go, you draft, you collect cards through drafting. Don't crack packs just to crack packs. Draft, play with the cards, and it's like maybe once a month I luck out and I get over to the save point for a draft night, and they'll be like, we got 2 boxes in. Oh, we sold that other box, or we had to open that other box because there were too many people for the draft. It's just, it's annoying. Like, I would draft one night a week, possibly 2 if possible. I would love just drafting all the time. I used to love going to, one of my favorite stores in Maine was Comics Plus in Ellsworth, and they would do a draft Friday Night Magic, and then they do a constructed Friday Night Magic, and I love drafting every week. Sometimes we just drafted back to back when there was a really good draft format. And drafting, you just have a lot more fun. It's not my wallet versus your wallet. It's my skill versus your skill and the luck of the packs. And I hate the fact that I have not been able. I've drafted this game. Well, I cube drafted once. And I think I've done booster pack drafts. Did 1 at go for, and I've done 2 at the save point. And that's it. And it's not because there haven't been drafts, it's just because there hasn't been product to draft. I might have skipped 1 draft night. That was it. So there's been 4 drafts I've known of locally. And the set has been out for 4 months with almost every other gaming store I used to hang out at all the time. We would do, we'd like a lot of shops, we'd draft every week, or we draft every other week. It's you get 2 drafts a month playing Magic, or I played MTGO when I used to stream on Twitch before. I'd draft 2 or 3 times a day on MTGO. I love drafting, but that's enough being said for me. I'm just starting to ramble. That's why I preloaded everything, the news about the Twitch channel, me talking about the spoilers, preloaded that all to the beginning of the episode so I could have this ramble. And I hope I at least can get a box or 2 so I can crack packs for all of you to watch. I don't want to open any more of those organized play packs. I don't even want to open up any Shadows of the Galaxy organized play packs. I don't even want to open those for you on Kraken packs. I want real booster packs, 16 card booster packs. That's my promise to you. So keep an eye out on all the social medias. Those links are they down below? I don't know, but I'll check and make sure, but I'll have the Twitch one down there. So go over to Twitch, follow me over there if you want to watch Star Wars Unlimited content and get notifications from Twitch when I go live. And I will see you all later this week. Well, actually tomorrow you'll be seeing me for retro reviews, and then we got Friday feature out with me and Laura, and then we'll be back. Then we got Recipe Roulette on Monday, and we'll be back next week to talk some more Star Wars. Peace.
Hey everybody, thanks for staying till the end of the episode. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook at Board Barista Productions. And if you want to support us, Patreon link at the bottom.